Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very welcome. Well, today we got a map from a creator we've done twice in the past, and they are developing a little bit of a niche for being just a little bit different in their map builds. Different in an interesting way. Sometimes you get different, you go, well, actually I don't really feel this too much. Something about this creator, I think they are gonna blossom. We've got a real live organic fantasy-esque style map today with some really interesting waterways. I think it's got playability written through it as well. You'll see. Oh, by the way, yeah, hitting the like button and the notification bell are two very good ways of keeping up with the channel. Thank you very much for all of your support. Today's map is Rivers Valley by Zown. Yes, we've done Zown twice in the past. Most famously, I think, Floripa. That's the one that I remember the most, although not strictly their best in my opinion. There's your start square. That has got 3 highway entrances, so you can attack that from all directions. I like that. Then you've got terrain heights, plenty of buildable space, and lots of lumpy hills. Lovely. And then resources are very strong, and I think actually very usable indeed. And then if you have Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, it's a really interesting fishing map as well. It's a map which is really interesting. Okay, off to the workshop. What do we need? Well, it is a mass transit map. You will need mass transit for this one. We've also got network extensions 2 on the go, a limited tree mod, a few trees, and the 81 tile mod is recommended. Nothing more than that. We'll be using a Stray Cats Territory Homecoming theme mix, along with it incorporates natural beauty as well, the theme, and we'll be using the Clara LUT alongside it. Here's your one-click collection. Also includes links to the intersections that were used, even though you don't need to subscribe to them. They are fine, they're already plopped down, but it's good to see credit given to the original creators. That's always nice to see. I don't feel it's absolutely necessary for a one-click collection, but yeah, putting the links down it really encourages those intersection creators to do more work, so that's great. That is really nice. Anyway, speaking of great and really nice, the aesthetics on this map are pretty strong, but what I really like about today's map is the intersections. We've gone with some really compact ones. Now have a look at this. Look at how much we can get the entire intersection right into that little cram-packed little area there. Now there are 1 or 2 minor, and they all minor issues with today's map. Like with the intersections, like we got a little bit of a wibbly going on here. Let me just move it, and just see if we can pop it in. Oh, excuse me, and thank you. Well, that came out of absolutely nowhere. I'm not going to edit that out. I think that's yeah, that's very valuable to share your sneezes on the interweb. Slightly clipping through a tree there, and a little bit of a little bump there too. I don't mind this little bump that's going on down here, because I don't really even think that these need to be connected. Just get the bulldozer onto the end of that, and that'll be cleaned up, because you're going to have to anyway. I wouldn't have connected them personally. Got a bit of encroaching foliage there, and a little bit of glitching on the highway entrance there, or exit, I guess that one would be. But yes, and another little tree there. There's very few trees on the highway. It's not one that's going to be a big problem for you. First of all, it doesn't affect gameplay anyway, really. And they are so few and far between that it's not a huge problem just to get the bulldozer out and just click to remove 1 or 2, because that's all that's going on. This one's probably the biggest, sweepingest intersection on the map. It's not too bad at all in terms of size, but most of the intersections are really condensed. And you always got to be very careful with rocks actually underneath highways and rail, because they can clip through. We have a little look down here, and that's been done very nicely as well. So credit for that one. I did see the crossover a little bit of the central wall on those two bridges, but I'm not choosing to focus on everything. So yes, we've got some really nice looking bridges there, just showing how good work can be done. We've got a little potential start location down there with a little, again, a very tight little intersection. Great thing with the tight intersections is it gives you more room for city build around the outside. And it doesn't look, with these intersections, it doesn't even look silly, because sometimes they could look a little bit silly. Like here, look at how little wasted land there is here. It's really compact again. And if we come down, let me just look for any minor issues going on, like encroaching trees and stuff. I don't really see anything too bad going on down here. No pillars in the highways, or slightly clipping through tree, quite badly clipping through tree going on with that one. And then back down to ground level. So yeah, slight amount of encroaching foliage. I quite like the 4 lanes as well with this particular map. There is quite a network of highways going on, and it covers most of the main islands. But I don't actually think you're going to be building any highways. You're just going to be branching off, maybe putting in 1 or 2 intersections of your own, but branching off and just doing some city building, which I quite like. A little bit of encroaching rock work there, but it's actually on the highway. It looks like it might just be a stray boulder. So I think I can let that one go, although it is a talking point, that one. And I really like how this one works. We've seen this intersection style before, but normally it's a lot more splayed out than that. But how we've got it here with the lane merging as well, 4 lanes into 4, that is very nicely done. And immediately afterwards going straight into another intersection with another bit of encroaching foliage going on there as well. And this one I just love. This is swooping. And again, it's still really very quietly, tightly compacted as well. Good tree detailing going on here as well. I do have one little problem with this one. Let me just find it. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I see it. It's over here. It's over here. Yeah, a little bit of a terrain glitch going on there, meaning we've got some shark's teeth cutting up on either side of the highways. But I think that the tree painting in there was really quite... I think we've got a really nice mix of trees. The colours feel quite natural, and while it might not be botanically, a little bit of encroaching foliage there, might not be botanically accurate, and it doesn't feel massively botanical. I don't think it really matters. This is not a realistic map. More encroaching foliage there. This is definitely not a... So you just see the 3 log trucks running side by side just a moment ago. Why not? So yeah, just block the road. Nobody's coming past us. Yeah, it has got... While it's not a realistic style map, I think you could have a realistic-ish style build. Certainly an interesting style build, because some of those shapes between all of the rivers were very pleasing. Very pleasing indeed. And of course, we're not losing an awful amount of space with the intersections. Now, we do have a bit of a down gradient here, but we are deep in the fog with the rail here. And now the 81 tile mod is recommended, so you might go, well, actually that does matter then, because we are going to be able to see it. And I guess it does matter a little bit, but if it's going to matter, it matters not so... Oh, some drowned trees along the edge here. Yeah, it does matter a little bit, but where it is, I'm going to live with that one, you know. Now, the route that this rail line takes here, I don't think I show it. I was planning on showing this off in the second half of the show. We are going around a big old lump of hill. Now, you might argue, if you were looking down from top down, that this rail route here would have been better going through the tunnel. I'm thinking, well, perhaps the creator didn't know about the tunnel enabler. Except for, well, clearly we've seen some tunnels, so they do know about the tunnel enabler. We're coming back down to this lump of hill on the left. Yep, we're just running back down the other side of it now. And you are going to see the rail go through a tunnel a little bit later on, which is a less obvious tunnel than this one here. Like now we're finally crossing across. So we've gone a long route to just get to this point here. No catenary chaos, which is really good to see. I've got a little bit of encroaching rock on the on the road there, and I'm checking a slight encroaching foliage on the rail through the catenary pylons there as well. But again, not a huge amount of issue going on. More bothered by the rocks on the road than the tree cutting in, because it's easy to actually have not seen that tree. Tree there. Ooh, that's really close to the rail line. I think we got away with it though. And then some really nice rail work going on. And then the rail follows really tightly. A little bit of up and down on the rail here. I would rather have gone with the highway over the rail rather than the rail over the highway. It would have made a little bit more sense. But is it a problem? Is it a problem? Is anything a problem? Here we go. Look, this tunnel here, really short tunnel, coming through the hill. It's not even a mountain. Coming through the hill here. A little bit of encroaching rock there as well. So we've just got a few minor issues. We started off really well with some perfect, lovely detailed bridges. And then we just picked up one or two on the fly through, which are just shy of perfect. But still a pretty decent standard. And then we're off towards the edge of the map, which means we'll take an intermission. We'll come back with the shipping and the water flow.
Have you ever wondered why the traffic AI is so bad in this game? Why do all those cars all want to use the same lane? Then you need BonBonB's Guide to Traffic AI. Click the information button now.
And so back to Rivers Valley by Zown, and we have a shipping route. And the shipping route is okay. It is substantially away from the 25 tiles, so if you are going to play a 25 tile game without the 81 tile mod, you're probably not going to get much in the way of access from shipping. I mean, maybe a little bit. I haven't tested it, but not a huge amount. But it is there, and of course the 81 tile mod is recommended. So there is that. Water flow. Now, we've got a lot of rivers going on. We've got no water flow really here, but then we've got a spawn point here which is going to kickstart the rivers. So you go, going to get quite a lot of water. Except for, to get to the start square, you've got to go around a few of these bends. And then as you go away from the main spawn point, it thins out. Now, we do have water flow. We do have some water flow down here, but it's fairly weak, especially on this side. So just keep a careful eye. You can just about get away with pumping and drawing on this particular map, but you just need to be a little bit careful. Anyway, so lots of squigglies, lots of squirrelies in terms of rivers and highways as well. I think aesthetically it's got something about it. And I think in terms of Zown, remember Floripa was very curly. This map has got, apart from these straight lines of the fields, I don't mind these fields at all. They're perfectly fine. But the overall shape of the map is very squirrely. And yeah, I think Zown's getting a bit of a habit of this. In terms of the theme mix, I'm not sure about the side. We got the repeating pattern on the side of the hill here. And if you look from a great distance like that hill over there, it looks a little bit like a patchwork going on, a little bit of tapestry. But it's yeah, I mean, it's one of those problems with the game. There are some themes that work better from a distance with big old sweeps like that. Yeah, I feel that could be fixed a little bit in the theme manager by choosing just a different mix, and look a lot better, I feel. What more's going on with today's map? Do you know what? I think we've covered most of it. I've covered most stuff I wanted to do, apart from the rail tunnel through the big hill, which should have been shown. And then let's have a look at the asset of the day, which is from Mexico. Mexico. The factoid I was actually just going to read straight off of the details page, but yes, Farmacia Guadalajara apparently is this is from memory now, from the workshop page. It's actually a chain. It's not just in Guadalajara. Obviously, I'm guessing it started in Guadalajara. Only thing I remember about Guadalajara was the 1986 World Cup. England played their matches in Guadalajara, and it was a boring group stage. It was only after we got away from the city of Guadalajara that things started to pick up. But anyway, yes, Farmacia Guadalajara, over 2,000 stores throughout Mexico. And factoids, because factoids are proper factoids straight out of my book. This one I didn't know and really took me by surprise. A sloth can move twice as fast through water as it can on dry land. And it can move even faster still if you drop it out of a tree. It's true. It stops really quickly as well. Oh dear, my voice is going. Anyway, Farmacia Guadalajara by alecsvaldez. Very nice to see. Nice to see. Dear. I'm going to make it to the end without having a good old coughing fit. Yeah, very nice to see a new creator with, a new creator. I'm sure they've got other work on the workshop, but certainly new creator to us and good solid standards. So, right, let's find ourselves a point and ask you what you think of today's map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Click the I button now in the top right hand corner of your screen. It will take you to the voting page where you can vote for free. If you like doing things for free, how often do you get to do things for free? Okay. What do I think of today's map? Well, it's aesthetically, it's got something about it. I'm gonna say I don't think it's a 4-star map, but I do find it very pleasing, the overall swirly shape of it. And I do like the highway layouts as well. It's quite aesthetically pleasing too. So I'm going to go for a high 3. I don't think it quite ticks the 4-star box. Detailing, on the whole, is pretty good. Is it next level? Nearly. Very nearly next level. Has it got a few too many errors to allow it to sneak in? Yes, it has. So I'm going to go for a high 3 again. It's pretty standard. Pretty standard. Pretty good standard. Gameplay, I think this is playable. There's a few things to fix, and I'd like to see a bit stronger water flow, but I'm going to go for a lowish 4. Rivers Valley by Zown. That is a very solid map. I like it. I think it's got a really interesting design to it, and I think that Zown is definitely scoring a niche into the swirly map genre. And yeah, it won't please the grid city builders, but I don't care about them. I just care about good looking maps. Anyway, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. Use the words of the day, if you are still here, into the comments to score yourself 100 population points, just for fun. And we'll be back tomorrow with another map in the What's Map series. Have a great day.